Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. Today I want to try something. I saw Daniel Cooper do some blooms the other day and I thought it was a great experiment. I think it was an accidental experiment, but nevertheless I wanted to try what he found out. So he filled his mold less than half and the other mold next to it was filled much more than that, and then he did his bloom in there with the pigment paste that he actually made, which was great. I'm not going to make my pigment paste. I'm using my Let's Resin Ocean White because I have the best luck with that one. I'm going to, however, I'm going to use my Fast Cure like I always do because I always have good results with that with a bloom. I'm going to barely fill this mold. This is a thin mold anyway. So I'm just going to basically coat the bottom. I'm not going to fill it like 2/3 like I usually do. And I'm going to see if I get the same results that he did. However, I've been dying to try these chameleon powders. I just got intense chameleon powders. I'm going to paint this onto this little edge, this like geode edge on this mold, because I really want to see what these look like. These almost look like kind of a flake, but they're really intense colors. So I'm just going to take my little brush here. This brush came with it. Now I know I'm going to have some cleanup to do before I pour my clear, but I'm going to get these colors all the way around this edge. And I really hope the bloom works. So I guess I'm doing two things at once. I'm trying to bloom a different way and I'm trying these super intense chameleon colors at the same time. So I'm just going to get this painted and then get my resin mixed up. These things go really far. I know this jar looks really small to me when I got it, but you just saw I only dipped it in twice and I went around this entire coaster and it is perfect. So I'm just going to get some alcohol, wipe out all the mistakes I made, and then mix my resin and then we'll pour. If you're new to resin and you want to know how I mix my resin perfectly every time, there is a link in the description. There's also a link in the description of every single one of my videos of how I clean these silicone cups in like a minute. So I can use it right away and I don't have to wait till it cures. Now it's been about 5 minutes I've been stirring this one. This is a thick resin and I want this to be about 33 degrees Celsius, which is at 28, which is 83 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm just going to let this sit on my counter until it reaches about 33, 34, and then we'll get it poured in here to drop the alcohol inks. All right, it's come up to about 33, 34 degrees. So I'm just going to pour the very thin layer and leave the rest for my white. I'm just going to like barely anything on the bottom. Uh-oh, somebody's coming to see what I'm doing.
What are you doing?
I'm doing an experiment. Want to do it?
Can I play with this thing?
No.
Can I sing you a song?
No.
Can I do a happy dance?
No.
Well, what can I do?
You can be my cleanup guy.
I'll be cleanup guy. I want to be happy dance, sing a song, clap and dance and jump around guy.
All right.
I'm leaving.
You don't want to just watch?
No.
Well, that's not nice. All right, so for the white, I have, what's left in here? I mixed up 40 milliliters. I have 20 milliliters left. Instead of dripping it in there, I've decided I'm going to start dripping it on my stick because sometimes too much comes out. And I just want to start with a drop. I don't weigh mine. I know a lot of people say 1 drop per so-and-so grams. I don't keep a scale in here. I just kind of go by color. Plus, I don't want to always have to weigh out the exact same amount. I just want to mix what I have. So this is a little too translucent. So I'm just going to do that exact same thing, except I'm right-handed and this bottle is hard to squeeze. So another tiny drop. This stuff is so pigmented. You don't want to overdo it. But I want to see the petals. I don't want them to be see-through. That looks pretty good. And if you do too much, they're just going to blob on the bottom, which is your top. So I'm trying to avoid that. All right, I'm gonna go with this today. It's still a little transparent, but I think I'm going to like that. So I've got my piping. Actually, I shouldn't have done that yet. I wanted to drop my inks. I'm gonna do red and pink. I can't remember which is which. That's my pink. These are both Let's Resin brand. Sugilite, I don't know how to say that, and peach red. This one is darker. So I'm going to do, I want to do the light one, I think, around the edge. This will help pop bubbles too. And just let this spread for a few minutes before, whoops, before we pipe the white on. So you really should drop your inks before you start mixing your red. That way it gives it time. I'm not going to swirl it this time. I'm just going to let them do whatever they want as I get my white into the bag. Now you can put this bag in a cup. It's probably easier for you. I'm a cake decorator, so I do this all the time, constantly, so I'm always filling bags from my hands, so you don't have to do it my way. I'm pretty good at balancing everything. You're not going to need all this white, so don't worry about scraping your cup. I'm just going to do circles and get my little dotting tool. Let me get the thinnest one that I have, which is this one. Then I'll make the petals with the dotting tool. All right, so I'm just going to start in the center. Again, try not to let it blob in there. Try to just let it flow constant, so you're not going to get anything that's too heavy. I'm going to go all the way to the edge. Again, like I said, most of this is left over. So we will pull our petals to the center. I don't know if I'm going to put anything in the center. I don't always like something in the center, but you never know. I hope this works better. I hope this the amount of resin in here really does affect it. I'm going to go both ways today. Because that would be pretty amazing if it blooms better than filling it up as much as I did. I'm just going to take my heat gun and warm it up. While that's doing its thing, I want to test out some more of these colors. I have some extra resin. It's white though, so it's not going to be so super vibrant, but I guess we're going to find out. I'm going to paint them on my little extra, my extra pour mold. This is a mermaid tail, and this one is called Black Cherry. So I'm going to pour that extra white resin in here. And you'll have a little bonus unmolding to see exactly what it looks like if it's poured with white instead of black. I'm guessing it's going to be just as gorgeous because these colors are so intense. Way more intense than the other ones. So, a second experiment for you guys today. Maybe I'll do two. I'll do another color too since I'm doing this. I did the blue. The other one was blue. The one that I used for this is blue. This one was Black Cherry. There's three other colors in this box. It is green, gold, and maple. Let's try the maple. None of these are open yet, so I'm going to open them all. Well, I'm going to open the three I'm using. Just kind of brush it in this one. Oh, there's a piece of resin in there. I was wondering why there was a little circle in there. That one is maple, that one is black cherry. So I'm just going to use the rest of this white. I might not fill it up. I don't think I have enough to fill them up. I'll just do the bottoms. Getting really thick too. This is the 4-hour cure, so I'll definitely have this bloom done today. All right, it's not cured, but it's good enough to add our back coat. So I'm going to use just resin pigment paste in black. Just gonna get it mixed up. And I just use what's left on my stick. I got 2 ounces in here. I think that it should be more than enough. I don't think that this holds more than 3 ounces. Yep, pretty opaque. And then this is the 4-hour Cure 2. And we will be demolding this evening. I am excited to see. I mean, it bloomed, I just don't know how well. And I also want to see how that mica comes out. So I am very excited for this one. Yep. Going to all right, be right back. I just had an idea. Since I have black left, I'm going to take these 2 colors that I've already used and I'm going to put them in the mold. Maybe I'll do a smaller mold. I don't know if I have enough for these 2. Anyway, I'm going to paint these 2 and back them in black, and we will see the difference between them backed in white and backed in black as soon as I'm done. They are all cured and ready, so let's start with these first. I'll get them out and show them side by side. Okay, white backs. I think this one was the red. And it is very, very nice. Even with the white backing, it changes color really good. And this one as well. Look at that. I love these. Are so intense, like their name says. Okay, now we'll do these. Same thing. This one was the red and this one was the, I can't remember the name of it. Oh, it's totally different on black. Well, not totally different, but oh, maybe not too much different actually. I don't think it's different at all. So I don't think it matters what you back these with. You're still gonna get the same intense color. And then this one is the same as that one. So that's interesting to know. It does not matter what you back it with. This mold is not as shiny. That's why this doesn't have the shine that this one does. Because I've used this mold over and over and over again. So this mold has lost the shine. That's why they look like that. But I think this one I like the best with that red and the gold. Black cherry, I think it was called. All right, let's see what we got here. We'll see the blue one on this. Hopefully the bloom worked. Again, I don't know. This was an experiment to see if thin resin works better. Well, the thin resin worked great. What I don't like is the black background. I love the blue edge though. I love the blue edge. I'm not happy with the black background, you guys. It's too dark for the red. But the bloom, look at the bloom. I think that is my best bloom ever. If you can get past the black, that bloom worked out amazing with the thin. Oh, I'm never going back. I am definitely only going to be doing thin layers. Thin layers of resin, heated to the correct temperature, and then I guess be careful with your back color because this is thin, you have to back it before you demold it because you do have to fill your mold back up. So be very careful, I guess, with what colors you choose. All right, you guys, thanks for checking in on this experiment, actually bonus experiment. I hope you enjoyed something. I hope you found it useful. I will see you guys all tomorrow. You have a blessed day. Bye.